live, and I just want to come on real quick to show you how to cook beans. Okay, these are lentil beans. They were soaking in some water, and I washed them out and cleaned them. And then what I have here is garlic, green onion, green peppers, sweet onion, olive oil, and I sauteed this for several minutes. This is how to cook beans like you're cooking meat. Instead of meat, you can cook this. What I did was I sauteed this for several minutes. I also squeezed a lemon squeeze in it. And that lemon squeeze, you can see, is in there. I squeezed the lemon squeeze in it. I put a little bit of butter. Okay. I put a little bit of butter. You can squeeze some orange in there if you want. And I put a little bit of mustard in it as well. So it's sauteing. And notice I haven't put the beans in yet. Okay. So this is how you cook beans like you're cooking meat. These are lentil beans. I'm going to pour them in. They've been soaking. The fire is an electric stove, so it is on low, like a 3. And I just let the beans sit in there with the sauteed vegetables. And then I have some yams. These are sweet potatoes. I'm going to cut these up. And I'm putting them in at the end, towards the end of the process, so that they don't melt inside of the lentils. Then I wanted to show you all that I'm trying out my new juicer. Okay, this is a Mega Chef juicer, and I am going to be juicing some coconut. I just busted a fresh coconut, so I'm going to put it inside of this section and just juice all the coconut out and see what happens. Okay. And I'm putting a little bit of this inside of the lentils. Okay. So I cut these are pieces of coconut. All right. That I'm putting into this. Let's put them in there. This is my first time using this, so I wanted to come on and go live to show you all that. First time using the Mega Chef juicer. Okay, that should be good enough. I don't like to use the tap water, so I use the bottled water. So now, let's see how this is gonna work. Ready? We put this in, and then we go. Okay, that was my first time doing that. And it looked like I got more shavings than actual juice. I didn't get any juice out of there. So the juice is supposed to come out on this side, and nothing came out. So I will have to open this part, and you see we have all the shavings of the coconut in there. See it, y'all? Nice and powdery coconut. So it's kind of, and then we can put this over some water to squeeze the milk out. Okay. It smells so sweet. It's really sweet. So let's look inside here and see what has happened. Let's plug this out. So we have all of the coconut. I don't know how this comes off. But I think this brush kind of brushes it off. Yeah. Kind of brushes it off. This can pop off. Okay. This can pop off. That in there. You can see some of the milk on the side. See that? That is some of the milk. So this part, this is the milk that's been whipped. What I can do, I can put a little bit of this in the lentils. Okay? See it right there? I can put it in the lentils. Okay, it's like the coconut paste. So let's return over here to my lentils. We don't want this burning now. And then we can pour this out in this mixture. It's gonna melt it. See? It's gonna melt it into a coconut paste. Okay, can you all see? Okay. So I'm gonna mix this in. This is the coconut milk. Notice I haven't added any water yet. Okay, it smells, oh my goodness, I can smell the coconut out of this. So this is my meat. This is how I cook my meat, okay? This is how I cook my meat. So there, you can get a good look at it. Oops. Get a good look at it. It smells delicious. Okay, and then I have it on 3, but I'm going to put it up to 5 now that I have the coconut in there. Okay, there we go. This is probably a better shot of it right there. You see the beans. This is my meat. This is lentils. So instead of chicken and pork and beef and all of that, I'm making a little lentil sauteed soup with sweet potatoes and dumplings. Now this is beans I'm soaking. This is another beans for Sunday. That's red beans. And these red beans are also protein that I'm going to cook as I cook meat. No meat, but just the beans, and you'll see what else I add to it for a delicious dinner. Now this is really sauteing. I can smell the coconut. Okay, I can smell the coconut. What is it? Orientation locked down. Okay, let me put it this way. There. That's a little better. Put the light on. Yeah, this is a little better. So this is the beans. lentil beans, lentil beans, that's the lentil beans. Hold on just a minute, I'm trying to get this orientation of the camera set. Okay. Okay, so everybody's seeing the lentil. See, that's the lentil. So that's my meat. Okay? Now I'm going to add a little water as it's turned up to on high. So I add a little water to it. Let it cook down. And I put the cover on it like so. Okay? Then if you turn here, you'll see I have my cutting board with my with my sweet potato. Okay, sweet potato. And we're going to put this in the beans. Okay, these go in the beans. Now you know, you can do all kinds of stuff with beans. You don't have to eat the flesh of the earth. You can eat the beans. You can eat, you know, the plants, the green that we have been charged with eating and growing. You want to eat that. That's healthier for your body. It's healthier for your mind. It's just healthier for you. When you do not eat healthy, you have consequences. Consequences. So as I clean this out, I'm going to juice my pineapple. Pineapple is another. You can mix fruits and vegetables together all the time, y'all. Mix them together all the time. They're a good mixture. When you're having breakfast, you could have, you know, fruits. You can have fruits. So it's always good to do that. So if you want to cut the peels off, if you want to cut the peels off, you can. Or you can leave the peels on. So you see how the peels are? You can leave the peels on, or you can cut them off. So what I do is I cut some of them off like this. Okay. I may keep some on, but I cut them in, squares. Like this one, I will cut. So we cut, just use your discretion. Don't cut yourself. And you can leave some of them big because this gives a good gravy to the beans. Really good gravy to the beans. Okay. Okay, so that's about what I'll cut. I'll leave the big pieces there. And I'm not going to put them in there yet. Just take them out and put them, separate them from what you've cut off. So. Smelling good, it's smelling good. So you don't have to eat the flesh of the earth to be healthy and have protein. Okay, you do not. This is a meat-free kitchen, and we're going to keep it meat-free. So let's take a look at our beans now that they've been sauteing for some time with the cover on. Let's take a look at what's happening. Okay, so this is what we have. Let it saute. They're still hard. You can tell they're still hard. So you let that saute. Okay, look how delicious that looks, and it smells really good. Okay, so you let that saute. What I could do is I could put a little butter in there, even though I added some olive oil already. You just could put a little butter in there and put a little, there is seasoning already. This is what I put in there. I put this seasoning in. This is a mixed spice blend. It's got ginger and it's got curry. I put a little bit of this. This is strong. See? So you don't want to put too much in there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my sweet potatoes in. Okay, because this is going to be ready soon. Lentils don't take that long of a time to make. So you just put these in one by one there. Okay, you let that saute down, and sometimes I will put some of this in there. This is peppercorn on top of the sweet potatoes. You cover them generously. You're cooking meat, so you want this to be tasty. This is, you're cooking meat as beans, really. So you want it to be tasty. You want it to have some kind of flavor. You want to have some kind of flavor. And this is my dumpling. This is my dumpling. So I roll these into balls and I put them in the soup. Okay. I don't know how they're gonna come out, but this is a different kind of flour I'm using this time. But this is the dough for the dumpling. And it's gluten-free flour. Gluten-free. Okay, so I have it covered up like this. And once I have this filled with water, this is gonna get filled up with water to the top. Like halfway, about halfway here, it's gonna fill up with water. And then I'm gonna put the dumplings in. So I let this cook with the cover for a little bit. You notice in that time I cleaned up. So you look over here, you'll see how I cleaned up a little bit there. Okay, so you put the cover on. This is cooking vegetarian food. Okay, we have lentil beans, sweet potatoes with the skin on. We let this saute. We have some, and then just let it saute. Okay, it's making a nice sauce on its own. I want you to get a really close-up look how it's making a sauce. See that? If you can see that right there, that gravy is making that nice sauce. That's delicious. And then we have these that are simmering on top. Cooking is a science. It's a whole science behind cooking. And once you get the science of it, you're going to be good. You're going to be able to feed yourself and not eat all the preservatives that are in fast foods or in, restaurant foods. But I have to open a restaurant. This is what I will, it'll be like that. So we let that simmer. Let that simmer. Okay. See how that's simmering nicely? Let that simmer. Okay? I can smell that coconut. So we're gonna put our dishes away. This is a good time to clean up your area so you don't have a lot of stuff to clean up after. So you get it done now. Yep, you get it done now. Okay. So we see that the water is, draining out here. The water, so now we can kind of mix this together. We mix this all together. And you notice that the beans are going to take on all of this, all of that. And now we need to add more water. We need to fill it up with water. and let it simmer down. And then what I usually do is I turn it up to 7. We turn it up on high. Okay, like that. And remember, all the seasonings we put in, you thought that was a lot, but it wasn't, because now the water is going to water it down, so it's now going to be balanced. So we let that simmer. We let that simmer and see how I can smell the whole place smells like coconut in here. Coconut in here, y'all. Coconut. So I put the cover on to keep the heat, and then we'll return and see what it looks like, okay? So stay with me. Stay with me. What are you barking at now? It smells so good. Oh, the stuff was delivered? That's what you barking at, Bubba? Yay, the stuff was delivered. Okay, our Instacart came. Our Instacart came. I wish I had those sugar flour containers. This is garlic and herb fillets. So I got some garlic and herb fillets. I don't like packaged stuff, but I had to get something. Then I got cheating on pizza. But this is a juice blend. It's 100% fruit juice. I always get 100% fruit juice. This is best for you to have 100% fruit. And it's a mango blend. So it's got mango and if you read it here, where is it? It has organic mango puree, filtered water. So mango is the first ingredient. So Lakewood is pretty okay. This is organic, so it's really good. Then I got some more sweet potatoes because I use these. You can use these to make all kinds of dishes. So sweet potatoes are good. I got broccoli in here too. Put broccoli in this soup. And your lentils. We have some thyme. So thyme is pretty good to put in there. So I'll take a little bit of thyme. Wash it off a little bit at least. And put it in there. Okay. And then it's good to put a little bit of cilantro. So if you have some cilantro, I put a little bit of cilantro in there because it's good to use to flavor your food, to flavor the beans. Okay, if you've been used to eating meat, it's gonna be hard to stop, but you can stop eating meat in this way, in preparing your foods yourself and preparing them, you know. So this is the cilantro. I got a bunch of cilantro here and I'm cleaning it off. Okay, I washed it off and I'm putting it in the beans. I'm not even cutting it, I'm putting it in the beans. So let's take a look at what's happening to the beans. Okay, see the cilantro is in there. It's doing good, y'all. It's doing good. And I got these are green plantains. These are good also because you can boil them and you can mash them like a potato and eat them. They're plantains, green plantains. Okay. Green plantains are good for high blood pressure. If you got high blood pressure, green plantains are good to keep that at bay, as well as green onions. Green onions are good as well. Anything green keeps you good. So I recommend you eating some green greens. I recommend that highly, very highly. Then I have tofu. So this is organic, plant-based. It's firm, no chemicals, or this is my protein. So this is from plants, from soy plants. So I use this instead of the meat. So I'm gonna put a little bit of broccoli into this mix here. So turn around this way. Come. Turn around this way and take a look here at this nice big head of broccoli. See this head of broccoli? Beautiful head of broccoli. We're gonna put it, and we cut this inside here. This is how we cut it. We cut like you're cutting the stalks until it breaks off like this. Okay. We cut them up like that. Oops, we lost one. Then what I like to do, wash this one off. What I like to do is I like to cut the heads of the broccoli. I like to cut the heads of the broccoli like this. And then I will put it inside of the beans like that. Okay, see how it just went in? Oops. So it just went in like that. Cover it up and then swing over here again and you'll see me cutting up some more of the broccoli. So I don't really like these stalks, so, and these are good for something. These stalks are good for something, but I I don't like them. So I cut them off. Okay. So I like to put these in a bowl and wash them off. So put them in a bowl like this. So you notice I put one in there already, one broccoli. So we wash those off, and these stalks, they could be useful for something. But at this point, we are not using them. So they could be useful for something later on. So if you don't want too much broccoli, you don't need to put too much. I like a lot of greens, because you know the beans is your base. Beans are your base. So this broccoli right there is going to be part of this beans. So come over here, slide over this way so you can see. Come on over this way. There, now you see there's that one broccoli in there. And you notice the beans are fluffing up. They're thickening. They're thickening. See that? And then what I just got from Instacart is some sugar. This is cane sugar you can put in your beans. And I put a little bit in here. Give it that. The coconut gives it that sugary taste, that sweet taste anyway. You don't probably need any sugar. But I just put it because I wanted to see what it's going to taste like. Okay? I have this coconut milk in the can. I don't like the canned coconut milk, but I got it just, I got the first coconut milk from the actual coconut, but I just bought this one. You can use this one too, or you can use the actual coconut that I chopped up. You can look at the video. This is the rest of the coconut that I chopped up. Okay? So the broccoli, we may not use all of it in this presentation. We may not. So this is, come back around. Come back around. Oh, you can see it. Okay. So this is the beans here as we are sauteing it. And notice how, let's see, where are you? Right there. See how that looks? It's still kind of watery. It's going to get thick as it cooks. It's going to get thick as it cooks. So what I do now is I get ready to put the dumplings in. But I have to add a lot more water, y'all. A lot more water. So here we go. We're adding like 2 big bottles of water in this. 1. 2. And we're turning it up, our fire up to 8, up to high. Turn it up to high. Okay, turn it up to high. I may even put it on a different burner. It may go on a different burner soon. But we want to look at our dumpling. Okay, and we want to see how this is going to cook. So we want to take a little piece, not a whole lot. We don't want to put a bunch of them in there one time, but we want to roll it into a ball like this. Okay, so this is going to be our dumpling. So we plop it in there, and we're going to see what's going to happen to that first one first before we put them all in. Okay, if you turn around here, you'll see I still got my broccoli, and over here I have my dough that I made, gluten-free dough. So I'm going to cover that up, let that sit, put that lemon on top. You can put the lemon on top of this, on top of the broccoli like that. And this broccoli I can put in the fridge because I'm not going to use all of it yet. I can let it sit in the fridge for a little while. So this broccoli I'll put in the fridge for a little bit. Okay. And let's look at our dumpling. There it is. See it? It's right there. So let's see what's going to happen with that. So you want to fill up water, and then you can add your broccoli. I just added one to see what's going to happen. I added one dumpling to see how this is the dumpling there that I added. We'll see what happens to it. Okay? So go ahead and keep an eye on that for me, please, y'all out there. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that for me. I have these avocados, beautiful avocados. I got them yesterday. Now I'm going to put them in the fridge. You leave them out for one day, and then the next day you put them in the fridge. And I'm just going to go ahead and put 1 or 2 pieces of broccoli in there. Okay, 3 pieces, and I keep my lemon on top of this. I pour some of the water out. Okay, leave some in, and this is a good way to keep your broccoli preserved. Lemon and water. Okay, so let's look at our beans, our soup here. The dumpling is looking pretty okay. It's not falling apart. It's holding itself together. I'm looking to put more broccoli in this. I like how this is looking with the broccoli. It's gonna thicken up, and you want the broth because this broth is good for allergies. It's good for sinus. If you have sinus, it's good for if you have COVID. This soup is good for you to drink the broth of it, and you can notice how it's thin, but it's going to thicken up. See how thin it is? It's going to thicken up because we just started. So we cover it up. You all keep an eye on it for me. Okay, keep an eye on it. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna move this over to this area. We have a lot of heat happening. So take a look at what's happening here. This is our bean. Look how the parade is bubbling. We've been on here for 50 minutes. Look at the dumpling. It looks delicious. See that dumpling, y'all? So now we've tested our dumpling, we've tested our broccoli, and we're gonna put some more dumplings in. We're gonna put some more in there. Okay? I should put this up here. Let's see. I don't want this to fall. Let me see how it looks in there. The cord is in the light in the picture. Okay, so y'all can see. So this is what's happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some dumplings in here, some more dumplings. So we've tested the dumpling. I could have made the cornbread dumpling. I could have added a little bit of this to the flour and made a cornbread dumpling, but I did not. Because that's cornmeal. You can add that to it. So let's we're gonna put the flour, our dumplings in here. So we have, you can see we have our dumpling like this. So we take off pieces. We take off pieces, and this is how it looks. We roll it. Oh, that one. You gotta kind of roll it so it's like a ball like this, okay? And then you plop it in there. So let's do these small ones here first. Okay, let's find our other dumpling. Where did that one go? Here it is. See it? This is it here. That's the dumpling. Okay, so you keep on making these little balls, putting them in there. This is how the dough looks. Okay, really nice dough. All right, this is a gluten-free dough. So we're making it into a ball, plopping it in, making the next one. I don't know how this is gonna taste, y'all, but I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna just keep putting them in there. You can make small ones. It kind of shapes just like dough. Roll it, plop it in there, get another one. So this dough was sitting for a little minute. I don't like to waste, so I'm gonna try to get as much off the bottom as possible. Plop it in there. This one I can make two out of this one. So this is turning into an interesting meal. So we have these dumpling balls, see that? We don't want to make them too big. We don't want to make them too big. And you just roll them in your palms like this. And then you get, sometimes you get a crack. If you get a crack like that, you want to keep rolling or pinch it. Pinch it and then roll. And then, see, you plop it in. So I might just make a little bit. I might not make all of these into dumplings. I could always freeze this dough. So let's leave that. And this is the remaining dough that I have. See that? This is the remaining dough. And this, I could hold on for a minute. But let's take a look at our meal. This is a vegetarian. You have lentils, sweet potatoes. You have broccoli. And then you have these dumplings. Okay. Delicious. There's the broccoli. Okay. And this I will turn down to 4 on my dial up there. And then take a look at what's happening to it here. And I am gonna plop in some more broccoli. Put a couple of the small ones in there. So you add the broccoli as you go. You can do that too. Okay, and then this broccoli I can save for breakfast. Pour the water out and leave the broccoli in. And you put the lemon in there with it so it can stay fresh. Now I can fry some tofu and put the fried tofu in here, but I won't right now at this point. I'm gonna let it cook, let it get thick. Okay, so keep on, stay tuned. We're gonna see what happens to it. Put the cover on. And keep an eye on it for me, y'all. I'm going in the other room. Let me just clean this little area up a little. We turned it down some, so it's down on low. We can take our dough and cover it up. So we see how, oh wow. Look at the dumplings. And this was a little bit of lentil I had left. So we let that cook. I like to clean as I go, so I don't have a big cleaning mess after too much. If I didn't clean as I go, I would have a sink full of dishes here. But because I clean as I go, it's not as much after you're finished. So you can see I'm cleaning as I go. And that's what cooking is. It's about love. When you cook with lots of love. My mom taught me that always. And you clean. And that is how love is expressed in the cleaning as you go. So your food now is going to be delish. Okay? Your food now is going to be delicious. So, so that's what we do. Let's see. Oh, wow, it's rising. It's rising. I might not have to cook soup, cook these red beans tomorrow because, oh, look, the dumplings are even opening up. I might put some more dumplings in there, y'all. I I might have to put some more dumplings in there. So let's take the cover off of this and add. And you can even roll them like this. You can make them like that. Some people do them like that. They roll them. So these little, so you see how long this soup is been going for an hour now? And I started it way before the hour, before I started this live. So it's an hour and something to make this delicious. It's just like you're cooking meat. You know, you gotta wait for it to thaw out. You gotta cook it down. It's that, so this isn't meat. This is the green plants. This is lentil, this is beans. And beans are part of protein. This is how we get our protein, from the beans. So it's not like you're depriving yourself of protein when you eat just beans. You're getting all the protein that you need. So I'm adding right now some more dumplings. My grandmother used to make the cornmeal dumpling. And I have this much dough left. See that? I can take it apart. This is how it looks inside. That, you see? So the dumplings are big. They're expanding. The beans are cooked. They're pretty much cooked. So it's all about just letting this get thick. And it's gonna get thick. Believe me, it's gonna get thick. I'll just go ahead and put the rest of this, because leaving this in the fridge, I'm not sure that I'm gonna use it again. And it's only a little bit. So I can go ahead and make these balls, form these into dumplings. Okay, don't know how they're gonna taste yet, but I just smelt it and it smells interesting. This is gluten free. It's gluten free, and it's gonna probably take the taste of the lentils itself too. I smelt the actual dough. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and make the rest. So, see how this one opens? So you gotta make sure you bring them together like, and then you can make the dumpling like this. Let's see how that one goes. This has the gluten-free flour. It has a little bit of salt, and it has a little bit of baking powder and baking soda in it. This I'm gonna cut in half. Okay, so that's all of the dough I made. I just put it into the rest of the pot. And see it all in there? Yeah. That's all of it, y'all, in there. So you can make any shape with these dumplings. Any shape. Any shape. And what I do now at this point, I turn it down low. Turn it down low. I put the cover on it and let it sit there. Okay? So let's keep an eye on it for me, y'all. Keep an eye on it.